guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions. So again, it's your boy Kobe Rising. Coming for you, coming for you, coming for you, oh Lord. Do not forget the gorillas. Everyone know we the realest. A bunch of go-getters. I bet you can tell I'm the illest. You don't need your fingers to feel it. You know I can straight spit. Knock you out with a late hit. Feel like I'm the one like I'm Neo, but this is the real life, not the Matrix. I'm about to go ape shit.
Let's go, everybody. Let's go. We got a real big one for you guys right now. Let's get it, man. This your boy Kobe Rising Rise. We back at it again. You dig? This today's show is sponsored to you by yours truly, True High Clarity. Make sure you guys go get your gear, get your fit. They have hats, t-shirts, they have fitness gear. It's how you want to live your life, true, high, and with clarity. You dig? Shout out to True High Clarity, man. Again, and this is another sponsor for the show. We have Queen City Organics. Shout out to Queen City Organics. You dig? So this is where you have the sea moss. So this is the fitness sea moss that your boy has been preaching so much about. You dig? And so my flavor is Rise Berry Rafa. And I call it the fitness sea moss because what it does is it's good for your bones, but it's also really good for energy. So it's something that I take before I go work out so that way I can kind of be in the right mindset, you dig? And so that's what kind of helps electrify my mind so I can focus on the gym because, you know, each set, you got to focus in and get every rep with high quality. That's one thing I'll make sure I live by, you dig? So yeah, if you guys can see, today's topic is fitness and finance. And that's something that I preach about because, yes, this is something that I personally talk about. And so today we have a special guest. Man, and I just want to make sure that y'all know this, man. This brother right here is doing his thing, and I'm about to bring him in just a second, man. Shout out to my man Ernest, man. Always tapping in and showing love. You dig what I'm saying? I hope all is well with you, brother. You feel me? So without further ado, let me show you guys the guest. We got my man Tyron in the building, man. What's going on, my brother?
What is up? What is up? What's up, everybody? Kobe, I appreciate you having me on, man. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, man. I've been looking forward to this as well, man. I seen what you do as far as your post, man, and you're very passionate, you know what I'm saying, about what you do. So just give the people, man, a little bit about yourself, you know, and tell them what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's up, everybody? My name's Tywin Calendike. I'm actually been in the fitness industry professionally doing it as a career for 12 years. I originally just started off getting my own results, man. And if you can't get yourself right, how can you get other people right? So started working on myself mentally, physically, and then, of course, financially falls when you take care of the rest. And once I did that, once I got myself straight, man, and started feeling good about life and just having that zest, I wanted to help other people. And that's what I started doing. I dove head first in. I started, part-time like most people do in the fitness industry. But then when you help enough people get what they want, you get everything you want. So within 6 months, I was able to go full time, and then from that point, built a team pretty much all around the United States. And that's what we do. We transform people's life mentally, physically, and financially. So here we are today, 12 years later, man.
Yeah, no, that's real, man. You've been in the game for a long time, man. What got you started in this thing?
Honestly, man, I've always been into fitness. I started, I'm 25 plus years into me personally, hitting the gym and things like that. But
Right.
I didn't really understand the nutrition side of things. And after college, I played Division I football after that, did like most people did, hopped into corporate America and just got caught up in life, man. Got caught up in the rat race, got caught up in partying on the weekends, and life kind of caught up to me, man. It really did. So I found myself 27 years old and just honestly depressed, dude. Really contemplating like suicide, contemplating like what's the meaning of life.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I had to do something. I knew I had to do something, man. So that's how I ended up working on my mindset. My mindset ended up working on physically transforming my body, and then here we are, brother.
That's real. That's real. I heard you say you play football, man. What position you play?
Outside linebacker.
Yeah.
Outside linebacker, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. I did some intramural flag football, man. I was the slot receiver and I did a little free
Okay.
safety. You dig?
Okay.
And so that's actually how I got into an injury, man. So I was the guy, right? And I think I might have got him too good because like he fell, like, but he was trying to dive into me, right? But I tried to, cut, man, smack right into my knee, man. And it was an instant wrap. Had to get carried off the field. Yeah, man. It was crazy. You dig? And that's it's actually part of the success game because I had to realize that you have to do other workouts other than just functional basic movements. You got to work on mobility, athleticism, flexibility, along with the strength, you know what I mean? And then isolating that muscle. So it kind of took it to another level. You dig what I'm saying?
Nice.
So yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, man. It was definitely a challenge. I don't know if you had gotten any injuries, man, but yeah, I can see what people say. They take the little small stuff for granted once you get those injuries at.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Pretty much all my injuries, most of them, the big ones came from actually basketball, believe it or not.
Word.
Weird.
What kind?
Yeah, man. I had 3 knee surgeries from basketball, broken ankle from basketball.
Yeah.
But again, man, I grew up actually playing basketball. That was my dream, man. And then I hit 6 foot. I was 6 foot in 5th grade. And
you was
never
tall,
grew.
bro. Good Lord. In 5th grade?
5th grade, dude. And I never grew. So the doctors was like, yeah, he's going to be like 6'8", 6'9". Well, I stayed at 6 foot. So by the time I hit 8th grade, obviously people started catching up to me. Yeah. And then the football coach came over to me. He's like, look, you're never going to make it in basketball, at the position I was. Because, again, I was playing center. And he said, you're never going to make it in basketball, but I'll get you Division I scholarship in football. I guarantee it. I was like, all right, let's go bet. Yeah. And I switched to football and never looked back.
That's real. Yeah, that basketball is something, man. Especially D1, they expect you to be like 6'1". It's like small as they take, you know what I'm saying? Because it's competitive out there. I had a guy who was really good, man. He was a shooter. But unfortunately, man, he was about 5'9". He was doing cats in, though. He was fast. He was quick. You know what I'm saying? And, like, he had real nice dribble game. He had court vision, and they told him that, too. He went to Wake Forest on the tryouts, and they was like, man, listen, we would love you, man, but, man, if you could grow about 3 more inches, man, we'll take you. And that's what kind of put my mindset in to really say, like, this is what they look for, and that's the truth of the matter.
Bro, you got to have the height. Luckily, my son, I got a 14-year-old son. He's 6'5", and he was 6'5". Oh, wow. He's in 9th grade, but he was 6'4" in 7th grade.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy, man. Hey, that height's a blessing. I tell you, it's crazy. In high school, man, I actually stretched myself. So I was about, let me see, 10th grade, I want to say I was like 5'8". You know what I'm saying? But see, but my 9th grade year, check this, I was like 5'4", 5'5". You know what I'm saying? Wow. And I kind of hit that growth spurt. So I said, man, I want to grow a little bit more. So I started to stretch myself. So I started to see every year I kind of grew an inch, you know what I'm saying? So my junior year, I was like, 5'9", 5'10", and then I was stretching myself some more, and I ended up being like right at 6 foot, but then I stopped stretching myself, but I felt like if I'd have kept going, I probably would have been like maybe 6'1", 6'2".
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's real. So, man, let me I just want to get it started, man, for real, because I know you've been training clients. So you got into fitness. So what started to get you into, training people, and getting them to their goals?
Yeah. So I think the first thing started is, again, when I took my life from, again, when I say depressed, dude, I was like seriously contemplating taking my life. And so when you can go from that stage to, feeling better than you've ever felt in your life, man, you want to give that back to people. So when I first started, bro, it wasn't even about the money. It had nothing to do with the money, man. I just wanted other people to feel like I felt, man. I lost both my parents early on to diabetes, high blood pressure.
Sorry to hear that, brother.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. You got to take care of yourself. And I was like, you know what? If I can help people avoid that, I'm in. So that's honestly what made me start, dude. I just wanted people to feel as good as I felt. And from there, it just I was like, oh snap, this is a business, dude. This is a very serious business, you know.
Yeah.
And then at that point, I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I've always wanted to be successful. I've always wanted to be a businessman. Honestly, I just didn't know what I was gonna do.
Mhm.
And this just so lined up where I was like, man, this is it. This is what we're gonna do. So I got started training people one on one, and then I very quickly realized I'm just trading time for money, man. I can only train so many people. So then
Exactly.
I went to as I started learning business, because again I've never been just a trainer.
Mhm.
I've always been like a full stop shop from A to Z. I've always done everything for my clients, but I needed to scale. I needed to take my talents and maximize them. So I started scaling. The first way I scaled was by teaching group classes, which again allows you to scale, but you're still at the end of the day trading time for money. There's only so much time in the day. There's only so many people you can train. And that's when I took my business to online.
Mhm. Yep.
And then again, you can scale even more. And then that's when I took my business to the point of, okay, I'm going to teach other people to do what I'm doing and build an army and scale that way. And we're going to do it online. So that's pretty much where we are today.
Yeah, man, that's real. That online thing is crazy, man, because you can train so many people at one time, and
Yeah.
and one thing, and my co-host Showtime, he might jump in, what I'm saying. I know he does other things too. But that's what he does really well when it comes to group fitness training. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
think that's like a skill on its own because it teaches you how to um like balance yourself out with the rest of the group, because you have some
Yeah.
people who do really well, but then you have some people who are kind of like in the back. They don't
Hmm.
necessarily know how far they can go, but it's treating
Hmm.
everybody kind of on that equal playing field to get everybody engaged, right?
Yeah.
So everybody has a goal to reach, you know what I'm saying? And in that group setting, I think that kind of helps balance everything out.
For sure, man. For sure. I love teaching groups. Honestly, I really do. And I think it's great for a lot of people. Sometimes I hear people say, certain things about group, but in my opinion, especially for someone just starting off, or even honestly anybody, man, group
Mhm.
is just good because you have so many factors at play. You got an instructor that's leading,
Yep.
you got the camaraderie, you got the accountability. There's just so much to offer. And then again, it's usually definitely a lower price than one-on-one training. So it's
Yep.
kind of like the best of all worlds, man, to be honest.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And even to talk about some of the mindset things too, just to switch gears, right? And this is the whole finance thing. This is where it all comes into place. This is one of my favorites. Like, so when I got started, I went to college, right? Went for IT and everything. So my goal was to just go ahead, do that, graduate, work. And so I did that, right? But I found myself kind of, going to work, coming home, go to sleep. Going to work,
Yeah.
coming home, going to sleep. It was that robotic, that type of that atmosphere and that environment, and it wasn't healthy for me because I'm not used to that. I felt
Yeah.
drained, right? And so, like you said, that rat race, just you constantly
Hmm.
spinning the wheel but not really going anywhere. So I was
Hmm.
like, something's gonna have to give. And so what I began to do was, work out, because my background, I did track. I did
Hmm.
track back then. So, we made us work out, but all the track athletes, most of them did football too. So you had to, stay in shape. So I'm used to
Yeah.
that. I said, man, let me go ahead and work out, right? So I was like, let me just try to work out just so I could feel better. Then next thing you know, I started to want to do more with that and elevate. So I started to have to change my mindset a little bit to go into that next level. And I was able to see better results now. Well, not now, but like, after college than I even
Yeah.
did in high school, right? And I'm
Yeah.
like, man, that's crazy. So once I started to do that, even just random people coming up to me, man, you look good, man. What exactly are you doing? And then I kind of had to think about it, say, man, it was a mindset shift. And when I did that too, it resonated to my personal life and work life. So I was able to have more energy. I was able to come in at a more happier spirit. And then my clients, they were like, man, like I like talking to this guy. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to relate
Yeah.
more, just everything kind of started to blossom, if that makes sense, right? And so with that, you become more of a value. You dig? And so
Yes.
that's when people kind of look at you and say, well, man, what can you do for me? And then when you add value in people's lives, that's kind of how people kind of start to give you money more, and it was different. And I'm like, man, well, how can I maximize this, and just keeping that mindset, it helped me grow to, just different heights. And I'm always on that level, right? So I'm always trying to grow. So like, did you go through something similar, right? And if so, like, how did that transition go for you?
I think for me, again, it was definitely, it really resonated with, well, first of all, shout out to you, man. And shout out to you for putting your head up and realizing like, okay, this isn't for me, because a lot of individuals, they just stay with their head down and they're doing the hustle bustle and they're going through, getting up, going to work, getting off and repeating that process. And they don't stop for a second and think like, man, I don't want to be doing this for the rest of my life. So, first of all, I want to stop for a second and give you credit, man, for acknowledging that and then taking action and doing something about it. That's huge, man. It tells me a lot about you. So I experienced pretty much the same thing, man. Again, prior, I was in corporate America. I was working for Liberty Mutual, and I had selling insurance, and I made it to that point where what I was told, go to school, get an education, get a good job, 401k, retirement, like insurance, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I get it in, and I just remember saying, dude, this ain't for me, dude. God didn't put me on this earth to do this. I didn't know what I was going to do, but it wasn't that. And then again, I started doing just like you're doing, searching, bro, searching. And then again, led to fitness. And I believe, I don't care what anybody does. You can't operate at your full potential if your body is not in peak. You just can't. Bro, you can't. You're operating subpar. Like, you can't be the best husband. You can't be the best wife. You can't be the best boyfriend, girlfriend. You can't be the best dad. You can't be the best employee. Whatever it is, like, you have to get your body primed and ready. And once you do that, like, the floodgates open up. You just become a better version of yourself, period. So I agree, man. You have like fitness is so much. It's so much bigger than people understand. It's so much bigger, man. And sometimes we get caught up in the vanity aspects of it, like looking good and all that. Yeah, that's a part of it, man. But that's superficial.
That's small level, right?
Dude. There's so much more, man. There's so much more, and that's one of the things that I love about what I do, and like, because I get to literally see somebody completely transform their lives. Sometimes people come to me. They're coming to me. They want a flat stomach. They want a bigger booty. Right. And like, you know what I mean?
Man, I hear that all the time, man.
Yeah, it's like you have no idea what's about to happen, man. And I tell people from the get-go, I'm about to change your life. And, a lot of times, they'll look at me like, what do you mean, dude? I just want abs. I'm like, nah, you don't understand, dude. I'm about to change your life. We about to be best friends forever.
Yeah.
And they're like, whoa, this dude's serious. I'm like, yeah, I'm serious, man.
It's a lifestyle, and I think that's one thing I want people to really get, because what you said was paramount. They come to you with that short-term resolution, right? I want abs. All right, it's bigger than abs for real. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why you want those abs, right? Yeah. Oh, I want to, do this. Okay, that's the real answer, right? I think the body comes with the result. That's what I always say. I chase something bigger than that, and I just so happen to get rewarded with a nice look as well. But I don't chase that. And I think a lot of people kind of chase that. They dim themselves down to just that, the physical aspect. And I'm like, yo, it's much more than that. Because you hear people all the time talk about generational wealth and all these different things, but they have a short-term, grasp on where they want to go. And I'm like, yo, if you really want to get there all the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And one thing about like fitness, to get to that next level, to get stronger, you have to kind of break that. I remember I saw a video where you said, when you're in your comfort line, there's a comfort line that you just don't cross. But then you have to have a mindset to get over that. Well, look, to get over this line, I got to go get it. So let me go get it.
Yeah.
Let me go get it.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Talk about that. I know the people didn't see it, but talk about that a little bit.
Man, you know what? So a lot of people don't understand, like, we're hardwired a certain way. Like, we're hardwired to, like, our body is hardwired to make things easy, right? If I was going to, pick up this remote, my body is automatically going to find and figure out the easiest way to pick up that remote. Like, that's just how we're programmed. So when it comes to our comfort zone, it's very hard to force yourself outside the comfort zone. And this is where the mental comes in, where you have to be willing to step outside of your comfort zone. What's outside your comfort zone, it can be scary. It can be intimidating. It can be
Always.
hard.
Yep.
It can be scary, right? It's much easier to retract back into your comfort zone, even if you don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's your comfort zone, that don't mean you like it, right?
Yep.
But it's familiar to you.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why I always suggest a lot of times people need coaches, they need mentors to push you outside your comfort zone until your outside of your comfort zone becomes your new comfort zone, right? And then you just do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again, because we have all these limiting beliefs, right? Like, and I always tell people this, bro, nothing's gonna stop you, and nothing can stop you because nothing has a plan. Nobody is out there plotting like, yo, I need to stop Kobe. Like he can't, like I don't want him to be.
They can try, but they ain't gonna
Right?
stop this. You dig?
Yeah, man. Ain't nobody out there plotting on you, bro. Your
That's
biggest
fact.
enemy is the 6 inches between your ears. So once you get your dome straight, bro,
Yeah.
the sky's the limit.
Come on.
You know, like we literally have unlimited potential, and people really got to grasp that. Like sometimes, you know, like we tell our kids or we tell the youth, you can be anything that you want to be, which is true if you believe that. But
Gotta
the problem is, yeah, man, most people don't believe that. So, you know, pushing outside your comfort zone, it's a necessity. You know, it's a necessity if you want to grow in any factor of your life.
Mhm.
It's just easier, in my opinion, to learn that habit with inside of fitness because it's immediate, right? I can take somebody to the gym right now and I can push them outside their comfort zone and they're gonna feel it. They're gonna feel the discomfort. They're gonna feel the pain. They're gonna feel the hurt. And since I know what it's like and they trust me, I can tell them, give me another one.
Yeah.
Give me another one. And in their head, they're like, nah, I can't do another one. Give me another one. And then when they do it, they're like, dang, he was right.
He was right.
We just advanced forward. Okay, now we're making progress. You know what I mean?
I wonder if you ever comes across this. I've seen so many people that will train and you know, we'll be doing weight, we're working out together. And they'll say, man, let me let me lower the weight a little bit, which is cool, right? And they be killing it. I'm like, you're actually stronger than you think. Go ahead and add another 10 on there. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they'd be surprised. They're like, man,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I'm like, yo, you
Yeah.
gotta, see where you at. And
Yeah.
that's one thing I wanted to ask you. You know what? When you do that, like what are some of the things you enjoy doing most, right? When you working with somebody in the gym,
Honestly, it's probably just what you just said. Watching someone do something that they didn't think
That's
they
mine
could do.
too.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about, like, I'll give you an example. Like, when was that? Was this morning? It was this morning. Was it? No, yesterday. So yesterday I was at the gym with one of my clients, and typically I don't do one-on-ones with people. I don't usually do that.
Mhm.
But if I have the right client and I know they're hungry, like I'll be like, all right, I'm going to the gym. You can come with me. So this is one of those clients. Like I know he wants it and he's willing to push. And he's just getting started on his journey, man. He's probably got, I don't know, about probably 60 pounds to lose. So a little bigger guy. And he's been coming with me a couple of days. So I'm like, we're going to push him today. So we were doing pull-ups. And, first time we did pull-ups, he couldn't even do 4. Like, couldn't do 4 pull-ups. This is the second time we're doing pull-ups. Now, remember the first time he couldn't do 4.
Right.
I said, well, buddy, we're doing 100 today. Bro, he
Oh,
looked at me
scared
like
him
I
out of his
had
wits,
10
right?
heads, man. I said, we doing 100. He said, who? I said, 100. And then again, he's that kind of guy. He's just like, all right, roger that. And sure enough, 40 minutes later, we had knocked out 100.
Man, that's facts.
Knocked out 100, man.
I'm happy
and
about
it's like
that.
Yeah, like it's what that does for someone mentally. You went from you couldn't even do 4 to you knocked out 100.
Yo, I'll be happy for people because I feel like I did it. You know what I'm saying? I love the fact that they got to a goal that they didn't even have in their mind that they could achieve.
Yeah.
I love to get a sense of that because I like to see people grow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You hit it, bro. You hit it right there. Like watching people grow, watching people really get confidence. Like one of the things, man, and this is kind of a side tangent, but this is one of those things where, I see a lot of people nowadays, and I'm not for fat shaming or anything like that. This is not that, man. You should love yourself wherever you are.
Mhm.
However, man, you got to take care of your body, man. And I see a lot of people, I know they're just comfortable where they're at. They've
Yes.
gotten so used to where they're at. It's like It's important. And I'll take people like this and I'll tell them, I'll say, strip down, butt naked, go in the mirror. Look in the mirror, butt naked, and tell me you love what you see. If you love what you see, if you like it, I love it.
Right.
But there's no way you go home at night when it's just you and you stand in front of that mirror, you like what you see.
Tell the truth.
Now, I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, like, you should love yourself.
Facts.
But at the same time, loving yourself means taking care of yourself. And today, we get those things confused, man. We get them confused, and people try to blur the lines. Like, yes, you should love yourself. That's why you should take care of yourself. It's not about how you physically look. It's the fact you're carrying 60 pounds of extra weight that's sitting on your heart. That's not healthy for you. For me, like, you know what I'm saying? If I have somebody like that, dude, I love you enough to tell you, we got to get this weight off.
That's facts.
I don't care who's sliding in your DM. It's not healthy, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
and man, that's real. And you know what's crazy, man? You hit it on the hammer, because if you really love yourself for real, I don't think you would allow yourself to get like that.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
man.
You would check it instantly, right?
Oh.
And I see it all the time, because I look at, like, me and my boys, man, we talk about this a lot. We like, man, we're gonna be fit till we 80 plus. We're gonna do the best that we can, right? So I have that mindset already. And I think a lot of people, I think they would love that mindset as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think they want to do that, but I think a lot of people get frustrated, or they don't, what's the word? They don't want to do the work, you know what I'm saying? Because they feel like they have to do too much to get it, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of that we know is just mindset. We know it's 100% mindset. So how do you get someone from the mindset of, oh, that's a lot of work, to, this is a part of my life now?
Yeah. I think, first of all, it's finding someone that's at the right place. I can't do the work for somebody. So there's a couple of things that I need my clients to have if they want to win. Number one, they got to be coachable. Like, if you're not coachable, I can't work with you, period, point blank. I'm not here to argue with you. I don't want to argue with you, right? There's certain things in life that I know, and there's certain things in life I don't know. But when it comes to getting people stupid, ridiculous results, like, I'm just that dude. I'm just that guy, right? Other areas, I'm not. But this area, I'm that guy. So they got to be coachable. And number two, they got to want it. I don't want someone who's comfortable where they're at. Like, I want somebody who's sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Come on.
Because if you comfortable where you at, right, you're not gonna want to do the work.
Nope.
You're not gonna
stay
want
where
to
you at, and then you're gonna stagnate.
Right where you. Yeah. So I don't want someone that's comfortable, and I need someone that's coachable. If they got those, bro, I'll take care of the rest. There's not much you really got to have. I'll take care of the rest.
Yeah.
And don't complain. That's another thing.
Yeah.
I can't, like, I'm not good at excuses. Like, I'm not.
Maybe I can't stand it.
You know what I mean?
I'm like, come on, man.
You know
like,
what I
hey,
mean?
we already here. And I like what you said too, because what you said, and I want, first of all, man, the audience, I hope y'all taking notes. All right. We talking about fitness and finance. Y'all don't realize that what he's saying, it goes both ways. That's not just fitness. This is finance too. Anybody who wants to get more money, you're going to have a mindset of, I want more anyway. So you have to be coachable. You're going to have to realize that we don't know it all. You're not going to know it all. You dig? And that's a good thing though, because you want to go find the information to get it.
Yeah.
And then follow the path. But like you just said, you have to be coachable and want to do it and go get it. And go get it. You dig? Because people are here that's going to get you there.
I think too, one of the things, just to kind of bounce off kind of what you're saying, because it is like fitness and finance is exactly the same thing. And what holds a lot of people back is limiting beliefs. That's what holds a lot of people back, man. So like sometimes but most of the time when I get a client, I'll give you an example. They'll say, there'll be someone that I know they need to lose 100 pounds. But when they come to me, and when I say, well, you know, what kind of results do you want? They say, well, if I could just lose 10 pounds, if I could do that, let's just start there. See, they're setting themselves up, like they're protecting their ego from the get-go. That's why they say that. They know they need to lose 100, but they're telling me 10 because they've never gotten past 10 before. So they already have a limiting belief. I don't care about the 10. Tell me the 100. I need to know the 100. So like a lot of times I'll say with my clients when I first come, I'll say, if I was a magic genie, could snap my fingers, you could have whatever you want. What does that version of you look like? Then I'll get the real version. So a lot of people have the same they have the same limiting beliefs when it comes to money, right? Because a lot of us, we weren't born with a silver spoon in our mouth. No
Yeah.
one taught us how to make money. Like there's an abundance of money. And I didn't understand that at first. If I'm keeping it 100,
Come on.
I didn't have that mindset, bro.
Oh,
But
we
it
all
wasn't
did,
really
man. We all had that
right,
same limited belief. I'm with you.
bro. There's an abundance of money. I didn't understand. There's people with so much money, they don't even know what to do with it. They literally don't
I
know
knew
what
you
to
were
do
about to
with
say
it.
that. That's
You know what
real.
I'm saying? Like, and I
Yeah.
learned that in real estate. I learned in real estate, you don't even have to have the money. If you have the mindset, the
Yep.
plan, and you
Yep.
know what to do with the money,
There you
you can
go.
just go find somebody with the money and they'll give it to you.
Come on.
Bro, I didn't know that
Come on.
I didn't know people would do that. And I'm
Yo,
not talking about like $10, dog. I'm talking about like they will give you the money.
are you a homeowner?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I'm big in real estate. Big in real estate.
Hey, so, and I didn't realize it until I got into real estate, right? So
Yes,
I'm
man.
owning my home, right? Looking for property, and like you said, it's so many different ways to do it. And
Yeah.
it's so many different ways that you can that's hacks. You'll find out
Yeah.
little small hacks, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And like you
Yeah.
said, it's that belief system, like you meant.
Yeah. Yeah. And unfortunately, man, in African American community, man, we have a lot of limiting beliefs, man. We got to get
Yeah.
past it. We have a lot of limiting beliefs we have to get past. I was actually having a conversation, and this is like ingrained in my head that this happened. I was talking to one of my friends that I played football with, and he said, what did he say? He said, "Do you feel like you're a victim?"
Mm.
I said, "A victim?" I said, "No, bro, I'm not a victim. I don't subscribe to that." He's like, "No, man, like, we're victims. We've been held back and we're victims."
That's his belief
Bro,
system.
I don't subscribe. I don't know what you're talking
Exactly.
about, bro. Like,
There you go.
to me, like, I literally didn't hear. Like, he's like, "Bro, it's okay. You don't have to be tough. We've been victims." I'm like, I had to stop. I said, "Bro, I don't know what you're talking about, dude." I was like,
Fact.
"We've had a black president,
Yep.
right? Currently, we have a female black vice president. Bro, I don't know what you're talking about." Now, am I naive and am I one of the people that says, racism doesn't exist? No, bro. We're always gonna have racism.
Yep.
But here's the difference. And it's a little side tangent, but I think it's very important.
Come on.
Before, there was laws that said if your skin is a certain color, you can't do this.
Oh,
If
we don't
you're
have
a
that no
female,
more.
right? You can't
Right.
do this. That don't exist.
Nope.
Now, might there be some racist people that don't let you go in this door? Yeah, but there's 100 other doors you can go through. So it's
Come
like
on.
we gotta get out of that mindset. We like the people that are holding the black community back the most, bro. I'll be honest, it's us.
Us ourselves. I knew he was gonna say it, bro.
It's
I
us.
said the same thing all the
It's
time.
us.
Yeah,
It's
you
us,
preaching.
bro. Even a simple thing like, again, bro, you reaching out to me.
Yep.
That took you. It's just, again, that's very uncommon, especially as black African American men, like collaborating together, working together. You know what I mean?
So, and that's one thing, and I'll just kind of give my brief story too. So, like when I started, the Rise and Rise Academy, you dig what I'm saying? It was more than just fitness because I wanted to collaborate with a lot of folks, right? That's how I got in touch with people. My co-host Showtime, you dig what I'm saying? We collaborated together, and then he introduced me to somebody else, which now is making a business move with me, you know what I'm saying? And so that's one thing that's one thing I did, right? So I always want to reach out because I want to grow this thing to another level, right? And to the point where it runs itself. Because I realized that my mindset is not just about less than. I believe I can do anything I really put my mind to. And if I give my all, there's nothing less than I can achieve. And my lifestyle showed that. So I knew that this was a calling. This is one of my callings that I had because when I have something on my mind, I'm disciplined. I'm ready because I know that I'm going to make a difference. You dig? And I don't care what color you are. I think anybody can do it. And so I never, like you just said, I had people that will come to me and say the same thing. Like, man, we always going to be underprivileged. People always doing me wrong. I'm like, man, nobody does me wrong unless I let them. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, they come to me and we in a good mood together. And I notice when I'm in a bad mood. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you this, even when I'm in a bad mood, I get the bad results.
Yeah.
So it's still 100% on me. And I wanted to piggyback on what you said because what you said was powerful. And I want y'all really to take notes because when you really shift that mindset, fitness is one aspect. financially is another aspect, and there's different levels to life, but having that as your growth mindset, man, you can achieve whatever you want to, man. Skin color, what it don't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter, bro. And again, it I knew a lot about you, bro, before we even got on this call, just by the way you maneuvered. Like it's little things. And again, to me, it's again just reaching out, man. Just the fact of reaching out to someone you don't know to collaborate.
Come on.
That's huge, bro. That's what you have to do, man. Nobody has ever built a successful business by themselves. No one has ever got ahead by themselves. It takes other people. It takes, and you never know what's going to come with. You can't do it by yourself, man. And too many times we try to do it by ourselves. That's one of the things about the fitness industry that I never understood. And because sometimes the fitness industry, bro, some of it I don't get. I really don't get. I run into trainers all the time, and people are like, bro, I don't. That's why I don't even really like being categorized as a trainer.
Oh man, please talk about it. It's almost like I don't want to say it, but it's like, dang, I kind of have to. But people give it a bad name. They give it a bad rep.
Yeah, because you know what? There's a lot of passionate people, and they're great at what they do, and some of the best instructors that I've ever met. But bro, you don't know nothing about business.
No,
you don't know how to do a business.
I wish I had a sound alarm right now. What you just said,
bro.
That's a fact.
Because the business part came first. The business was first for me. The training part came second.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was seeing all these trainers, and I'm like, either they're not making. And this is no shade at personal trainers. This is not. So if you're a personal trainer and listen to this, don't take it as that. Just peep some game for a second, because this was the reality of what I was seeing. Majority of personal trainers, they weren't even making enough to do it full time.
Right.
And these were a lot of young cats. They didn't even have kids in a family. They're not even making enough to support themselves. So they got to do it part-time and have another job, which, okay, no problem if that's how you just starting out. And then very few were doing it full-time. And the ones that were doing it full-time, I mean, they're just barely getting it by. Bro, I got 5 kids. I got a wife. I got mortgage. I got stuff. That's not going to work for me. Right. So I got to have something that's going to pay me. And I'm like, if we're in this industry that's a multi-trillion-dollar industry, why are we struggling like this? You're doing something wrong.
Something's wrong.
That's not how you do the game. That's not how you do it.
That's
so, and sometimes it's just humbling yourself enough and reaching out to other people like, hey, because one thing I learned about successful people is they'll share. Bro, they'll share. I've learned so much by just taking someone to lunch. Hey man, let me take you to lunch. Bad. And just sitting there and having a conversation, asking the right questions, just listening. I built a pretty big business doing that, man. Like, I'm not the smartest tool in the shed. I'll be the first one to tell you, but I'm very coachable. And I'm a student for life.
See, and that's one thing we resonate with, man, because I feel like, man, I'm always going to be a student of life. I'm never not going to know it all. And, one of the 48 laws of power, what I'm saying, was talking about, not overshadowing your mentor, right? But they're going to always tell you to be better than them anyway. And so I try to surround myself with people that do know more than me, so I can always learn. And surround yourself. If you surround yourself with 10 millionaires, man, you'll be the 11th one. And I always have that belief. And it goes to the same logic of, if you hang around 10, drug dealers or whatever, you might be, the 11th one. So it works both ways, which makes logical sense, right? And so you always want to have a growth mindset. And one thing that I learned from successful people is they do things differently. You dig? And so one thing they do is reach out. Another thing they do is learn and listen. And I could tell you had a sales background, right? When you were talking about how you went to Liberty and everything, and it's how you present yourself. I think those things are skills. And that's one thing I had to realize too, was you have to be skillful and know your craft. You have to be a beast. And I took it a part of myself to say, before I start a business, let me be a business person. So I can be successful. And so before I even started, I had to make sure I had, cross my dots, get everything together and say, okay, well, this is the plan. Let's go all for it, and whatever happens. But I know I trusted enough, because I have to put myself aside. I had to set myself as a niche. That's going to set me differently, right? So I talk a lot about plant-based, because that's one thing that I do personally. I've seen a lot of growth. I've seen a lot of success with it only because I've done it myself. And so when I went plant-based, for example, I remember changing my water and I didn't get sick. Like I would normally get like a stomach bug once a year, right?
Yeah.
And I would always have allergies, but that was just me growing up as a kid. So in my mind, I was like, well, that's just probably me. But when I changed it, I didn't get any allergies. I didn't get any more stomach bug, and then I kind of had to feel like I didn't think it was the food, but then when I did it for a year and then another year after that, and the same result happened, I said, okay, well, this is where I need to be. But it forced me to do research and say,
Yeah.
well, if this happened, why does this happen? And
Yeah.
now I started to get more into the chemical aspect of it, the way our bodies work. Everything has a result based on what we do. You put a lot of processed food in you. That processed food produces a result in your body, which creates XYZ. You could lose, you could gain weight, you could have stomach problems, you could have heart problems, lung problems, whatever, and it's a change and shift. But anyway, it made me do that because now it set me a different side than most people, right? And so one thing, but what sets you aside that made you say, you know what, this right here, this sets me aside from everybody else?
Man, I would say for me, again, it's the one-stop shop. It's the one-stop shop. Like I'm not into I'm here to transform people's lives.
Yeah.
Like from A to Z. Like we're gonna get you mentally right. We're gonna get you physically right. We're gonna get you financially right. Because you need to be hitting on all four. You need to be hitting on all three cylinders. Right. So yeah, you want the abs, we can get you the abs. But we got to get you mentally right. We got to get you physically right. And we got to get you financially right. Because I've seen so many people that, man, what good is it to have a great body and you broke?
There you go.
What good is it to be in phenomenal shape, but your head's all messed up, man? You're all depressed and all anxious and anxiety. What's the point of all
You're
that?
thinking something's off. Because I'm like, if you're
Yeah.
really successful, it would translate everywhere, not just in the fitness thing.
Exactly, man. So it's like, dude, a lot of people don't understand we can have it all, man. You can mentally be sharp. You can physically be grand, financially be spectacular, like relationships on point.
Come on.
Right? Find like all religiously, boom, be on point. Spiritually, be where you need to be. Like, let's hit on all of that. Let's just vibrate higher all around the board. You might as well. It's the same work.
And it's crazy because I never understood why people say, jocks are like stupid and stuff. I'm like, yo, I was a scholar athlete. Like, what are you talking about? I never was that, that dumb person. Like if anything, I was more like getting good grades, but I just so happened to be athletic too, and I always thought that way though. I'm like, yo, I think if anything that helped me want to study more because you kind of have to do that in, in the gym. You kind of have to do that, when you want to find out what foods you can eat. You want to do that with how much you can eat, right? And so I translate that with everything in life, and that's another thing why I like this topic because it did translate into financial gain. I was able to get more money with raises, going to 9 to 5, starting a business, but it translated across the board.
It's gonna seep over to all aspects, dude. It's because I always tell people like, here's how you change your life. There's really just 3 areas that you need to work on, right? And it's your mindset, your skill set, and habits. Right? That's the 3 areas you work on: your mindset, skill set, and habits. If you work on those 3 areas, you're gonna elevate. You have to elevate, right? But they don't teach you that in school.
They don't.
Right? They don't teach you that in school. But I guarantee right now, if you work on your mindset, the skill set, and your habits, bro, you can have whatever you want. That's the only thing that's stopping you from wherever you want to be. And again, you said something powerful earlier about who you hang around, right? You're the average of the 5 people you hang around. And we hear that, but I don't think we really understand the power of that. And I want to give you an example. So of because this really just hit me not too long ago, man. I remember, I heard a guy say one time, he's like, man, he said, when you make 6 figures, right, that's just enough to know you're broke.
Come on.
And when I first heard that, I was like, bro, that's about the most ignorant thing
ever. He was in a different league.
He is, right? That's what I thought at first.
Right.
And then when I got there, I was like, now I know what he's talking about. Right. And then I found myself for a long time hanging around other people that were making 6 figures. And I got comfortable. Then I started hanging out with people that were making multiple six figures a month.
Yeah, there you go.
So they looking at me like, bro, you're are you okay? Like, are you gonna make it? Like,
People live
you,
check to check six figures for real.
yeah, bro. Yeah, but it's so it expands your mind, and once your mind is expanded, it can't go back. You can't unsee what you've seen.
That's real.
You know, that's
That's
why it's so important you're hanging around people that are elevated, whether it's physically they're better than you, financially they're better than you. Like, you don't ever want to be the top dog in the room. At least I don't. I don't ever want to be the top dog.
Man, look, I'm if anything, I feel like, man, y'all keeping me sharp to where I got to step up my game. You dig? I love what you said, man. My coach told me this, man. He's like, you can make all the money, man, but it's about how you keep it. You dig? And that's
There
how
you
you
go.
get into a whole nother level, you know, because people spend all this bread, you know, and then that's why they live in paycheck to paycheck, because they're not keeping the money. As soon as they get it, what they do? Spend it.
That's
Boom.
even worse, bro. When you because I've been there before. When you make a lot of money,
Me too.
you broke.
You broke.
That's even worse, dog.
You broke, bro. I want people to live like this is a financial master class right here on this own. Y'all better stop spending all that bread,
from
man.
me, bro. Nah, it ain't that's not the business right there, man. It's not the business, dude.
I'm gonna tell you, man. Once I started to realize when I started keeping track of every dollar, I know where all of my money goes. I know where 100% of my money goes, and there's a purpose why I spend every single dollar. If I spend it, what am I gonna get in return? Whether it's $1, $2, $3, $300, $3,000, $10,000, and plus, what is this going to elevate me? If I spend 10, what am I going to get back? I better get 20, 30, 40, 50. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. If I spend 30,000, I better be getting 60, 100K plus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that I take that to the small level. And I think that's what people really should do. Once I started to realize that. Oh, go ahead.
Bro, that's a huge what you just said there, and I hope people caught that, man, is first of all, is understanding where your money's going, because most people have no clue where their money's going. Right? They have zero clue. And I'm saying that from a standpoint of I used to be one of the people. So first thing you got to do is, dude, you got to figure out, put some tags on your money, figure out where it's going. And then also, where are you putting your money and what are you investing it in? Because the best thing you can invest in is in yourself. And most people do not do that, bro. They do not invest in yourself. And you have to invest in yourself. Like, I am not a big fan of the traditional education. Like, I'm just not against it, but not a fan. But I am 100% all for self-education. I have spent a ton of money on that. A ton of money. And I don't even like to say spent, because it's an investment.
It's an
investment. It always comes back.
Yes.
You know, but if you're listening to this, if you don't take anything from this, then you have to start investing in yourself. And not just time, right? Not just time.
Come on.
You have to invest money. Money.
Gotta pay up.
And yeah, man. And what I found is the more you invest in yourself, like, because I'll be honest, man, like, I found out about like masterminds not too long ago, man. And once I found out about these mastermind groups, man, look at here. Look at here, bro.
It's like that's another topic, man.
It's a whole new ball game. I was like, I didn't even know they had these things. And it's like, now it's like, dude, I don't want to get in anything unless it's gonna be 10 G's or up.
Man.
Because I know the value that I'm gonna get. And please don't, if you're hearing this, don't take it like, I don't want you to be like, oh man, this dude's so arrogant or that. Don't think like that, man. Because this is the same dude who at one time, bro, I didn't want to invest in myself. I thought it was dumb. I was like, why would someone pay to go watch someone else speak? That's dumb. Bro, don't.
What you
learn
get
from me. You know what I mean? And you got to start wherever you at. Invest in a book.
Yes.
Right? It could be Audible. It could be, dude, it doesn't have to, you don't have to start these huge investments, bro, but you do have to invest in yourself.
Yes.
Because you're probably spending it on some BS anyway. So instead of going to buy them Jordans, all right, go to some seminar, dude.
Facts.
Go something, dude. Buy a book. Go get Audible, something.
You gotta, man. You are preaching. You preaching, and I'm gonna tell you, preach to the choir, because man, I didn't invest in myself, but when I started to invest in myself, I started to realize what rooms it eventually put me in. Reading a certain book made me go research something else, which then led me to finding different people that are into the same thing. And then that's when you start to get around the right people for you to get to where you want to get to. I think, man, listen, everything you do in life is meant for it if you're supposed to go get it the right way. And that
You're
means
right, man.
purpose driven. Once I
You're
started to
right.
realize purpose driven, man, money is a tool at the end of the day. I will
Bro,
spend
you said it.
I'm
You
gonna
said
spend
it right
money.
there, bro. It's
I'm
a
gonna spend the
tool.
money because I realize that I'm gonna get something bigger than money. This is bigger than money. This
Yeah.
mindset, the way you live your life is bigger. Like I talk to a lot of like older people that realize that money it's about the people. It's about who you spend your time with, you dig, and then the type of lifestyle you want, and use the money to get to where you want to get to so you can have a purpose, right? And so that's one thing that resonated with me to say, okay, well, I would love to invest in myself, maybe invest in a class here and there that will elevate me because I'm already on the path anyway.
Yeah.
And that was a gem that I took to get me into doing more stuff. And I'm sure
Bro,
you
you
did the
said,
same thing.
yeah, man, you said something big there with one thing, and it took me a little bit to learn. It's like money's just, it's like, if I'm a carpenter, I got my toolbox, I got different things in there. I got a hammer, I got a tape measure, I got a wrench, I got all these. Money is just a tool. And sometimes when we're so attached to money,
Yes.
um, it's not good, man. It like I said, it's just a tool. That's all it is. And when you have that mindset, it's just a tool. It's
Yeah.
in abundance. It's not. It's you can get it right back. Especially
Yeah.
like I would
Yes.
rather have, bro. You can take all my money, man. You can take all my money right
Come
now. I got
on,
the
man.
knowledge. I get it right back,
That's
and I'll
fact.
get it back quicker.
That yes, 100%. Oh man, I had a conversation with somebody, man, and we were talking about how people just want to feel like they need money. They just need to hold on to it. I'm like, why? If you have it, you have to have it for a reason. I say like this, man. I get money to spend it because I know it's gonna be an investment, and that's why that's why I know where every dollar's going. If I'm
Yeah,
spending my money on something, I know I'm gonna get it back. I know 100% I'm gonna get it back. The type of food I'm spending, I know I'm gonna get it back with what? A better quality of life, better thought process. So so I can wake up in the morning and give that same great mindset and great spirit to someone else that will elevate them to say, man, I'm gonna put my money and hang around this person.
right.
I'm gonna talk to this person for him because I know I'm gonna get a better investment behind it. Every
Yeah,
little to me, that's how I think about it, though. And
you're right.
that's how I kind of do because I know that that's where the benefit is gonna be at.
No, you're right, man. I agree with everything you said, man. 100%. Everything you said, man. You have to invest back, and like I said, investing in yourself comes in all different forms. Just like
Yep,
you said, the quality of food that you buy.
yep,
It's not just your mindset. It's physical. Like you got to take care of your temple, man.
that's real.
You know.
We
So,
got to do a part two. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I know I could do this all day. Let's be clear.
man,
So
it's
I
been
don't
good,
want to
bro.
take too much of your time. I know you're busy, man, but we definitely gonna have to chop up, man, offline because I want to try to collab and do some more stuff. You dig? Because I want to really
Yeah,
want to
man.
give people some stuff. But let me get some of these comments real quick. Wow, sorry to hear that. I just recently lost my mother 2 weeks ago. Oh yeah, I remember that, Ernest, man. I hope everything is going better for you too, man. Make sure you reach out to me. Clay. Nah, we fat shame over here. Hey, shout out to my boy Clay, man. Hey, I get it. I feel you, bro. You feel me? Hey, we anybody, man, who's out of shape and all that stuff, man. Listen, you gotta tap in because we're here to help. You know what I'm saying? My brother
yeah,
Tywin over here, man, he's here to transform your life. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And not just physically, man, but this is your life. So it's more than
yeah,
just physical. It's a mental thing. It's a spiritual thing. And this is something that you want to make sure that you are coming by is living in that purpose. You dig what I'm saying? But man, I appreciate you for pulling up to the show. I'll make
yeah,
sure I
man.
send this out. I'm gonna tag you in it. You dig? And one thing that we do before we exit, we always have an exit clause. And the exit clause is I always say when we're faced with a challenge, what do we do? And then my co-host normally says, we rise and rise. So I'm gonna actually give that to you today. So when I say when we face with an obstacle, what we do, you'll say we rise and rise. You dig?
All right,
So I
cool.
want to make sure, man. Listen, everybody, y'all tap in. Again, shout out to the sponsors of the show, True High Clarity. Get the gear, truehighclarity.com. T-shirts, hats, they have athletic wear coming up. You dig what I'm saying? It's how you want to live your life. True High Clarity. And for anybody who wants to use the supplements, the plant-based supplements, again, we have the Fitness Sea Moss, the raspberry rafa. You dig what I'm saying? We have it supercharged in that spring water and different herbs that's going to benefit you in the long run. You feel me? And these things stay sold out, man. It's in 2 stores at the ANS Health Food Store here in South Carolina, as well as in North Carolina, Winston-Salem, and Fort Mill. Again, that's QueenCityOrganicsCorp.com. You can check the website, or you can hit me. You can actually check it below here at IG King Alajuwan 21. YouTube is Rise and Rise Academy. On my Facebook is Rise and Rise Academy. You can hit me there to get your own sea moss gel. You dig? So I appreciate everybody. So when we're faced with an obstacle, what we do?
We rise and rise.
Let's go.
Just to make a